in the cultural heritage and archaeological promotion. And the RAS Foundation has a lot of experience in coordinating project in the Erasmus Plus program. This is one of I think the fifth or sixth project with Action Synergy. The second with Unipecato. So we are very we have a very strong relation. So thank you so much. Thank you from our side, from RAS Foundation, from the managers, and I give the turn to Gerardo.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Gerardo Schettino from Pegaso University, Italy. I'm a project manager about EU program and other project and financial manager, and I'm here to coordinate the module about PO, Pegaso Online University.
Thanks, Gerardo. And Alex.
Hello, hola a todos. So my name is Alex. I am from Greece. I represent the organization Action Synergy. Action Synergy is an organization that works a lot in education the last 35 years. And together with RAS Foundation, we have worked the last 7 years in the project called Capacity Building for Youth Workers, which is about the collaboration between organizations from Europe and outside Europe. Disarty is one of these projects. In the times before COVID, we had the chance to visit Mexico and had a face-to-face mobility for this project. And now we are very happy that this project starts again and we can see all of you.
Okay, now I ask to Ellie.
Antonio.
Tell me, Gerardo.
Antonio, sorry, we had some problem about 3 people maybe. Vincenzo Tarambo stay online, but he has a COVID, and if you want I introduce him, and we're waiting for Annalisa Villano and Alessandro Di Palma, because they are at works, okay?
Later, it's okay, don't worry.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Okay, now I ask to Ellie if she can, or someone from BTG Philippines. Hello, Liza. Ellie.
Hello. So, greetings from Manila, and we are very happy to have you with us in this webinar. The Philippines is very privileged to be part of this project. From Italy to Mexico, we have learned a lot of things, and we are expecting to welcome you guys, hopefully, for the last part of the project, which is the final conference in Bohol, tentatively. And it has been challenging for us, especially because we were recently hit by a typhoon, which is actually very relatively connected to the project. So we are actually hoping and counting that everything that we have learned, everything that we have actually trying to achieve from this project could be applicable right now with our situation. And we are very positive that it would actually help our country a lot. So we are very grateful for the participants of the Philippines, because we know that with the time zone difference, it's quite late in the Philippines, and with our internet situation, we are hoping that you guys can stay with us, whether we get kicked out of the webinar, just go back. So once again, we are very happy to be part of it, and we are hoping that you guys stay safe, and to please stay with us until the end of this webinar, because there are different episodes. So that's it. So I'll give it back to Antonio.
Ellie, thank you so much, and we will talk about this. And thank you so much. And now from Mexico, Mexico, I ask to Lorena.
First, Leslie
Leslie or Andrea, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, my name is Andrea. Well, also my teammate Leslie. We are part of an international initiative of cooperation. We are from Mexico, and we're looking to promote the initiatives of entrepreneurship and social work, working with the young people. We're very happy to welcome you to this e-learning. And well, I let the word to Leslie if she wants to add something.
Thank you, Andy. Not only say thank you to everyone to participate in this webinar. Also, it's I'm very excited to meet everyone through this camera because I think everyone has something to share with us. So we are open to new ideas, new questions, etc. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Leslie. And now Lorena.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lorena Sanchez, and I am a coordinator of the DISARTY project for ICE Mexico. I'm very happy to welcome all of you to this course. We hope that this experience will be very enriching for you in many aspects. We want that this course will be a space to share innovative ideas, start collaboration networks, and develop together a model that allow us to contribute to a real human and economic reactivation in areas that have been affected for any kind of disaster. I know that many of you have great experience in issues related to the tourism, and that you know that today more than ever we need to understand this activity as a solidarity activity that allow the active participation of the community from a social, environmental, and intercultural perspective, based on principles of equity and sustainability in the distribution of the local benefits. So I'm sure that the results of this course will be excellent because we have many qualified participants who, with their knowledge and experience, will contribute many interesting things to this project. So thank you very much and enjoy.
Thank you, Lorena. Thank you, everybody. So, okay, but now it's your moment. We want to know something about you. So we can start with Fly because we are in the international project. We want to dream to we can fly. I believe I can fly. Say the song. So we can make a game, play a game. We have. Not only for countries, we have some countries of origin of all participants, and we can have we can start to dream. And what I ask you now. We are going to make a trip. I want to say you that I think that from the moment that I will fly in Mexico, for example, if I can fly in Mexico, I will expect to enjoy tacos. And now I ask to Lorena. Lorena, so my name is Antonio, and I think that when I will fly in Mexico, I will enjoy tacos. And you?
Okay. Hello, Antonio. My name is Lorena, and in Mexico we will find tacos and beautiful beaches.
And now, Lorena, you can ask to another people.
And I ask to Rolando from Philippines.
Rolando, what do you think you will find in Mexico? Tacos, beach, and we can start the game. Rolando? Alex.
Okay, Alex.
Okay. When I fly to Mexico, I will find the tacos, beautiful beaches, and Frida.
And now, Alex, you ask to someone else.
So I ask to Andrea from Mexico to tell us what she will find in Mexico.
Okay, hello. My name is Andrea, and in Mexico I will find tacos, beautiful beaches, Frida, and amazing tequila.
And now, Andrea, you ask.
Yeah. I asked to Cindy Alarcón from Ecuador.
Hello, I'm Cindy. When you fly to Mexico, you will find tacos and beautiful beaches. I forgot the next.
Okay, so you have to change the country. So, for example, if you want to fly in another country of the project, what do you expect to find?
Okay, I'm going to use Ecuador, and when you fly to Ecuador, you will find a delicious panesca.
Panesta?
Panesca.
Okay. And now you can ask to another person.
Okay, I'm going to ask to Jesus from Mexico.
Yes, hello, I'm Jesus from Mexico. And when I fly to Ecuador, I will find Panesta and beautiful natural destinations.
Okay, and now you can ask to someone else.
So I'm going to ask. Check. Okay, my device doesn't work correctly. Diana from Mexico.
Hello, my name is Diana. I travel to Ecuador. I will find Panesta, beautiful destinos, and I found the culture.
And now you can ask to someone else.
Valentino de Italia.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Valentino. If I can travel to Ecuador, I will find Franesta, beautiful destinations, cultures, and manioca.
Oh, Vale, ask to someone else.
I asked to Maria from Greece.
Maybe she cannot hear us.
I asked to
someone from Philippines, Vale.
Okay. So, jobless Dave.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
It was an internet problem. Hi, I'm Maria from Greece. So when I'll travel to Ecuador, I'm going to to find Canesta, beautiful destination, cultures, Manioca, and a long lost friend, John. So now I have to say, can you hear me? I can't hear.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
Okay. So now I choose Miriam from Mexico.
Okay, maybe we can ask to someone else to God bless from Philippines.
I'm sorry?
Okay. We ask to God bless Dave from Philippines.
Okay, good evening from the Philippines. So if I'm going to fly to Ecuador, so I'm going to see the Panesca, the beautiful destination, and see the culture with manioca, meet lot of friends, and drink tequila.
Okay, and now you can ask to someone else.
And now let's meet. Let's hear from another from Philippines. Let's have Bernadette.
Okay. Hi, everyone. So I'm Bernadette from the Philippines. So when I go or fly to Ecuador, I will find the Panesca, beautiful natural destination, the culture of Ecuador with manioca, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it correctly, the long lost friend Jom, and the tequila. And for me, it's the people of Ecuador itself.
Great. And now you can ask to someone else from another country.
Okay. So my call on Roberta from Italy.
Roberta, your turn.
Sorry, my microphone was off. I had some problems of connection, so I have lost some pieces of discussion before your intervention.
Okay, so you can start with another country. So tell something that you think you will find in another country of the project.
Okay, I'm sure. I think when I'm going to fly to Mexico, I will find.
No, starting with Mexico with another.
Ah, okay. Let me think. Mexico, no. Philippines, no.
No, yes.
Ah, okay. Maybe my colleague Annalisa will help me to find some.
No, you have to say something that you think you can find in Philippines.
Yes, sure. I think I will find a lot of beautiful places.
Okay, beautiful place. And now you can ask to someone else.
Annalisa.
Okay.
She was here. I think. Maybe she lost connection because
to another person.
Okay, so Galicia.
Okay, Galicia from Chile.
Yeah.
Galicia.
Okay, we can try with Matilde.
Okay, Matilde. We can try with Jennifer from Philippines. Is there someone? Okay.
Yeah, hello. If I had a chance to travel other country, it could be Ecuador also. It could be somewhere in Pastaza River. I want to find someone who can date with me in Pastaza River. That's it. And then study the culture of Ecuador, of course.
Okay. Okay, and now, for example, Mali from Mexico. Mali from
Hi.
Mexico. Okay. Say something that
So,
you will find in the Philippines.
so when I fly to Philippines, I will see a lot of beautiful places. I really do not catch what the other girls said. I'm sorry.
Say something, say something, don't worry.
Well, I think that I will find really good food.
Okay, and now you can ask to someone else.
Okay, so Tanya?
From?
I don't know if it's no. It says PE. Peru?
Peru.
Yes.
Okay.
Hi everyone. And if I travel to Philippines, I would like to find food, beautiful places, and archaeological sites. Well, now I would like to choose.
Antonio, Matilde is online if you want.
Okay, okay.
Hi, Antonio. I'm sorry, but I am having some problems and issues with the connection. So
don't worry,
now
don't
with my
Don't worry.
any delay, I was trying to enter in and out. I guess you saw.
Don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, Tanya, to another people.
Yes. Carlos Becerra.
Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm sorry. I have to start again.
Don't worry. No
Do you listen me?
Yes, yes, yes. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I can choose any country. Can I choose any country?
Yeah. Yes, you can. You can keep on with the Philippines, or if you want to change, you can change.
Greece, Italy.
Greece, Italy.
Okay. I will travel to Greece and I will find excellent drinks.
And you can ask to someone else.
To Roberta from Italy.
Okay, but you can also change other people that is not talking.
Okay. Sofia.
Okay. From Mexico.
From Mexico.
Okay, so if I ever go to Greece, I would love to find excellent drinks and also amazing food.
Okay, now you can ask to someone else.
Cindy Alarcón from Ecuador.
Okay. Cindy? Okay, maybe she cannot hear us, and so we can ask to Hero from Philippines. Hero.
Hello, good evening
Hello.
from the Philippines. So if I'm given a chance to go back to Italy, I will go to St. Peter's Basilica. That is one of the holiest temples for Christian and Catholic people. And I want also to experience again the authentic taste of pizza. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hero. And now is the turn of I'm sorry for my pronunciation. Schoenstatt Rosas from Mexico.
Yes, it's a good pronunciation. Don't worry. The city is Italy. When I fly to Italy, I will find the Pisa, the Tower Pisa. And I asked to Diana Lizet, Mexico.
Okay. Diana.
I was present, but no. Sometimes I fly to Italy. I found excellent food.
Pizza.
Tower pizza and excellent food. Jennifer of Philippines.
Jennifer. No, Jennifer played before. So, for example, Luisa Sanchez from Mexico.
Hi, I'm Luisa from Mexico. When I go to Italy, I found the Tower Pizza, excellent food, beautiful places.
Okay. And now we can do, I think that the most of you, Rolando from Philippines. Rolando, can you hear us? Maybe Rolando there is. Okay, so Ivan Dominguez. Ivan?
I'm sorry, wait. Sorry.
You can hear us? Okay, don't worry.
Yeah.
I have just a technical request for everybody. You can put on your camera, please, because I cannot see you and I don't understand if you can hear us. For us, it's very important if you can turn on your cameras, please. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Okay, so I don't know who are the people that are missing, also because I cannot see you. So, for example, Phil Bernadette Gilbert. Bernadette? Okay. No, yes, we see. We heard you. And who is missing, guys?
Vincenzo from Italy.
Okay, vai Vincenzo.
Antonio, sorry, Vincenzo, I wrote and I told you before, Vincenzo stay online but have a COVID-19.
Yes, you're right.
If you want to introduce Vincenzo, Vincenzo is our collaborator about this project, and he is our staff member in this project. Okay?
Okay, yeah. Okay, Jerry.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys, I don't know if there is something missing. I think we want to hear also Liza and Elena, which are also part of the staff of this project.
Yes, hello.
Hi, Liza.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just having problems with my camera. I'm trying to turn it on, but it's not turning on.
Don't worry, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Ele.
Hi. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I have to introduce myself.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Elena. I am from Mexico. Well, I born in Mexico City, but now I'm living in the south of the country. I studied tourism, and actually I'm working for a travel agency. So I'm in charge of the product and the social media. And talking about my background, I work also as a tourist guide. And also I had some opportunity to work with communities. So practically that's my profile. I'm very happy to be here with you and to know all of you. And I'm very sure this is going to be a very great project talking about the webinar. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Elena. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Now we know the names of everybody. Other people will join the course maybe in the next weeks. But now it's the moment to start with the activities of the project. But the first step is to understand the project. So I'm going to share with you my screen, and I have the pleasure to introduce you the project Disarty. Okay, I hope that you can see the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So, everybody, welcome to the Disarty project. And try to, okay, perfect. Okay, welcome to the Disarty project. I'm going to present this project. Okay, why Disarty? This project was funded by the European Commission in the field of Erasmus program, and the starting year of the project was 2019, so before the COVID international crisis. But why Disarty? According to the Center for Research on Epidemiology of Disaster, in 2017, so we are talking about something that is related to some years ago, a lot of disasters occurred in 73 countries in the world. And if you consider that this number grew during the last 4 years, you remember, for example, what happened in Australia, and as you know, most of you knows that, for example, just 2 months ago in Philippines, a terrible typhoon affected the island of Bohol. So last year, the fire in Greece, and also here in Italy, the earthquake in Mexico. So we have a lot of disasters, natural disasters, all over the world, and this the impact results in a lot of deaths, affected the countries in all terms, economical, social, political, in any kind. A lot, especially about the deaths after a disaster. Natural disasters have negative effects on the place where they occur, because they are going to damage in all aspects the economy of a country. In this framework, the tourism is one of the most affected sectors. When a natural disaster happens, the country, above all the tourist destination, lost 1,000 of visitors, and this implies a lot of economical problems. It's necessary to consider that the state of emergency that we have when there is a natural disaster can be also an opportunity to achieve and empower the sustainability challenges for the destinations, and to start to rethinking the overall system of that, the touristic system of that place. And if you consider that always one of the problem of the natural disaster is linked to the unsustainability of tourism in that phase. So when we have a natural disaster, we have also the opportunity not only to recover and restore the place, but also to think and design a new strategy to valorize this place, and to guarantee an effective recovery for that place. From this idea was born the project DISARTY. So the idea of rethinking the touristic system and rethinking the touristic offer through the application of community-based tourism in that place affected by a natural disaster. And now we have a new disaster, because in the last 2 years we all have been affected by the COVID-19 crisis, pandemics, and we can think and we can value the crisis and the drama of COVID as at the same level of a natural disaster, because the effects are more or less the same. So the last 2 years, the context of the project changed, and now we have also to consider not only the natural disaster, but also the COVID as international disaster affecting all the world, and in this case, the community and the touristic places. The DISARTY project is co-funded by European Commission, by the EAGEA, which is the agency responsible for the Erasmus Plus program, capacity building in the field of youth. What's the object of the project? The project aims at promoting the cooperation between Europe, Latin America, and Asia. So in this case, we have the 4 countries of the project: Italy, Greece, Philippines, and Mexico, focusing on community-based youth-led strategy, which is an economic activity which involves communities that can control, manage, and develop beyond tourism. All this activity, in the idea of the project, must be led by the youth initiatives that are not only the destinaries and the beneficiaries of the project, but also the main actors of all this kind of strategy that we are going to develop. Technically, the project, the duration of the project was 3 years, but due to international COVID crisis, the project, the final end of the project has been postponed. We are 5 partners, so you met a few minutes ago, and okay. The project activities are based on the identification and the valorization of local community assets that can be used in order to develop a sustainable community-based tourism strategy in a community, where the community can benefit after the disaster. We have 4 main assets of the project, main cluster. The first is the research about the best practices related to the community-based tourism. The second is the enhancement of the skills and competencies of the youth workers through also the 3 transnational meeting in Italy, Mexico, and Philippines, the development of innovative community-based tourism offers at local level with involvement of the youth workers, and finally the creation of networks for entrepreneurial trainings, business class development, community-based social entrepreneurship, which can involve not only the 4 countries of the project, but also people and places coming from other countries and other continents. So we want to training young people from community post-disaster areas and providing them the skills for entrepreneurship and economic development through the community-based tourism. In the specific of the project, we want to equip the youth workers with the key competence and practical skills in the entrepreneurship and community-based tourism to implement exchange of best practice in the field of community-based tourism and create some new best practices. We want to support the youth workers from all over the world to identify, to know how identify the local assets and how to develop, design a community-based tourism strategy. We are in the digital era, so we want to introduce the ICT-based learning and e-learning in the field of youth work. We want to work with the community. So we want to increase the income of the local population, not only in terms of creating new jobs in tourism sector, but also through the diversification of economic activities and the involvement of different actors in the same community, which can be all involved in the community-based strategy in that place. We are in the era of sustainability, so the community-based tourism and the valorization of the local assets of a community is very strictly linked to the principles of sustainable and alternative tourism all over the world. So a community-based tourism is a part of the big group of, or is in the definition of the alternative tourism, based and specifically on the principles of sustainability. We want to spread, disseminate, and improve the quality of the youth work, also to develop the principles of the youth work, not only in Europe, but especially in the other countries all over the world. Since the youth work, by the youth work, we have people, young people working with the community, acquiring competencies and sharing competencies with at the local level. This is the outline of the project. We have a lot of activity. The main activity are the management, of course. We have the 3 transnational mobility. The first in Italy and the second in Mexico have been held during in 2019, and we had the problem with the COVID, so we start and we will have a final transnational mobility in Philippines in next May. We are developing now, we are implementing the e-learning course, and at the end of this process, we will develop the practical handbook to provide not only to the community of the project, but also to all over the world. So the handbook will be the main result of the project, the main output, and will be available at international level. And in the end of the project, we will have some local activities to try to design and to check if the strategy that we have designed can be applied practically in that community. So the aim of the three transnational meeting is specifically practical. So we had the first training in Italy, and then the capacity building in Mexico, and we will have in Philippines. In the training, the participants enjoyed the theory about all the aspects of the project, so about the community-based tourism, about the strategy to recover a place affected by a natural disaster. During the transnational mobility in Mexico, we had the possibility to work with the community of Jalpan in the state of Querétaro, and we implemented a cooking festival with the community, but it was not only a cook. We had a lot of moments with the community. We developed a lot of technical practices developed at local level. So we, for example, we met the local artisans, the local cookers, the local actors and stakeholders of community. We understand the territory. And in the final day of the meeting, we implemented this festival. It was a great moment with the community, with institutions. So it was very, very good. And we are going to implement the third and final transnational mobility in Philippines. We are developing also the agenda. We have to develop, we have to design the agenda, because we have the two main issues, which are from one side, the COVID international situation, which affects the community. And the second one is the problem of typhoon that affected some weeks ago the island of Bohol, which is the island where it's planned the final festival of the project. And in this case, we will work with the community also to understand in which way with this project we can design a true and urgent strategy about a new tourism policy with all the actors of the island of Bohol. So from this point of view, of course, our friends and our colleagues from Philippines can explain better which is the situation, and in the next webinars you will understand what is the current situation in that country and in which way we can create something new about the tourism offer in that place. We have the learning course. About the learning course, just to I don't know if Alex, if you want, you can say something about the learning course and the platform.
Okay, should I share my screen just to show people how they can access?
Yes.
Just a minute. Okay. So as Antonio explained, or will explain, every webinar will be linked with a specific chapter that is in our platform. There is a platform for this project where we have uploaded material that is related to the content of each of the chapter. Antonio has shared with you the previous days instructions and the credentials, username and passwords. And this is how the e-learning platform looks like. So when you access e-learning platform, first you put your credentials, username and password, and then you go in this section in the left, you choose my courses, all courses, and then you will find DISARTY project. Here, when you press it, you can see the two first chapters. Every time as the webinars are going to proceed, we are going to upload the content for the new chapter. So you can see here the chapter for the first introductory chapter. Here's the presentation. And then you can also see the contents for the next week, which is community-based tourism and natural disaster, where you can also see the material that we have developed, but also you can see supporting documents that are related to it. You can download them. So I suggest that you access the platform, you also interact with it. And in case there is something that you don't understand and it's difficult, you can always ask us. Okay, Antonio?
I'm sorry. Okay, Alex, I don't know, from the moment that you are in the platform, in the platform, there is the video of the introduction video of Disarty. You can show with sharing your screen, if it's possible. Okay.
Natural disasters has led to good preparedness and risk. The unpredictability of natural disasters has led to good preparedness and risk reduction as core figures in disaster management. As we know, disasters bring about massive humanitarian and development challenges, with frequency and severity increasing a lot over the past decades because of climate crisis. In these cases, being prepared may not be enough. While preparedness before and during a disaster is one thing, knowing how to go about our lives after a calamity strikes is another thing. This is why we bring you DISARTY, Restoring Disaster Area through Community-Based Tourism, Youth-Led, a free e-learning course co-funded by the European Commission, which focuses on how community-based tourism contributes to the economy of a disaster-prone area. To educate people on establishing disaster-resilient societies, DISARTY aims to impart knowledge about the following topics: community-based tourism as a sustainable model after natural disasters, local assets and strategies development, social entrepreneurship, digital marketing and how to use social media to promote community. As a free e-learning course, it utilizes multimedia materials including text, videos, links, and assignments for a more interactive learning on how to cope up with the effects of disasters. DISARTY, Restoring Disaster Area through Community-Based Tourism, Youth-Led. Brought to you by the following partners.
Thank you, Alex. And so, guys, so this is the general outline of the project. So we will start this process to find new solutions and new touristic offers based on community-based tourism and the youth-led initiatives. We want to apply the community-based tourism in areas affected by a natural disaster or other kind of disaster, but starting from the analysis of a place to understand the local assets and then develop a strategy in terms of communication, in terms of marketing, in terms of the activity involving the community, so the community can join the strategy, can be main actor of this strategy and beneficiary of this strategy. And now we can start to work, because maybe it's easy if we start to work about this kind of issues. And so now we move to 4 groups. In these 4 groups, you will work with the people from the other countries. So we are moving in 4 mixed groups. In each group, you will have 1 facilitator. Now, what is the work that we are going to do? At first, I will send you now a link of Padlet. Padlet is an application where you can use to write what you are going to discuss. But what you are going to discuss, you are going to have a brainstorming, and you have to explain. You will say something about your country or your place where there is or if there was a natural disaster. So if you come from a place affected by a natural disaster, or in your country was a natural disaster, you have to speak briefly about this disaster and this community. With your group, you have to discuss. Everybody has to talk something about the own place, and you have a brainstorming, you have a discussion, and the group has to select 1 community that where you can develop a community-based strategy, not only now, but starting from now until the end of the learning course. So this is the practical part of the project, of the course. So today we start a project work. This project work lasts the 5 webinars. During these 5 webinars, you have to design a community-based tourist strategy in a place, in a community. Now you have to select this community starting from your community. So each group has to select 1 community. And when we will come back in the general room, each group has to nominate 1 representative, and this representative has to explain the community, the main characters, the main elements of the community, and explain why this community has been selected than the other one. So I ask to Alex or Michalis, I don't know, to send us in the, I send you via chat in this moment the link of Padlet, where each group can write the results of the discussion. And just a moment.
Antonio, are we doing 10 or 15 minutes for the rooms?
15.
Okay.
So we come back at 4:20. See you.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I will ask for whoever is able to participate to turn on the camera, so we will be able to know with whom we are going to talk. As I told you before, my name is Alex. Me llamo Alejandro, and we are going to discuss, as Antonio said, about disasters that affected our local community, and then we have to choose 1 community that we will represent as a group. So, is any brave enough to start sharing about the disaster that affected their own community? I want to explain a bit what kind of disaster was that, and maybe how this disaster has affected the community and the tourism factor in this. So maybe, Sophia, are you saying something, or you were talking to someone else because I saw your lips, but it's okay, don't worry. Okay, so maybe I can start with my own community. First of all, I want to tell you that I'm very happy because yesterday I was found out with COVID, so I'm here with COVID. It's okay. And secondly, last summer, I'm from Athens, from Greece. Last summer we had great fires that have burned the vast majority of the forest around Athens, and they have burned lots of the forest, but also houses. They have affected the tourism industry because, you know, we have Greece is famous for the sea, but also it has many hiking opportunities. And this area with the natural wealth with animals and all, this was lost. So we are facing this problem, and also this has a long-term effect because now in the winter, here in Greece it's winter right now, we have the flows, so it's raining. There are no trees to prevent the water flow, so we have a big issue with this. So from Greece, this is a great disaster that I wanted to share with you. Sophia?
So can I share another disaster?
Of course.
Well, I am from Veracruz. That is a state of Mexico that is in the Gulf of Mexico, is in the west coast. And last year, like in August, we had this hurricane, and it took place in the city that I live, and there was not like a big damage because in the end of the time there only was 14 deaths, but we lost a lot of like part of the buildings, and we didn't have light, like electricity, for like a month or something. And in the present day we still have problems with the electricity and with the wind and stuff. So I think that disaster affected the tourism here in this region of Mexico, because there is a beach nearby and a lot of architectonic places, but now the people doesn't come here because the place is not like in its best position. I don't know what else to say.
Thanks a lot, Sophia.
Sorry. In which city, where do you live? That happened, Sophia? In which city?
I live in Poza Rica, Veracruz, and it was the Hurricane Grace.
Yes, I remember. It was really horrible.
Yes, I don't know if you know the city of Papantla. We have the Tajín, the pyramids of the Tajín of the Voladores de Papantla. I don't know if you know them, but I live nearby.
Okay, I know them, but I don't know if anyone else. Maybe I could share a screen so you can see what we are talking about.
Maybe we will have a quick round so everybody can talk, because we just have 9 minutes, and then we can discuss. I wanted to ask, do you write it like this, Veracruz? Because I'm taking the notes, and then I will give the mic to someone from Philippines, Dave or Gilbert, if you want to share something.
So hi everyone. So I'm from the Philippines. So I think the disaster that I can share last year, before the year end. So the Philippines encountered a really devastating typhoon named Odette here in the Philippines. So it really affects the Visayas region, specifically Bohol and Siargao. So knowing that Siargao is really attracts tourists, especially because of the beaches itself. So it's very devastating because a lot of people lost their houses as well as tourist spots, the resorts, and everything. And I think it's not just those things that really lost from the people itself. Uh, of course, one of really affects a lot because of this disaster, I think, is the businesses there, since this is one of the tourist spot of the Philippines, and it is also one of the developed tourist spot here in the Philippines also. So I think a lot of things are needed to be able for the place to cope up, especially in terms of its tourism. Of course, yung livelihood of the people, that's very important, and a lot of people are really helping hand in hand for them to be able to again stand up and start after this disaster for the Visayas region. That's it.
Okay. And so most of the population in Bohol, they're based on the tourism sector. Their profession is based on the tourism sector, no? So the typhoons have prevented them from be able to do their work. I suppose also if the last 2 years also was the COVID that prevented them. So it's like a continuous disaster, let's say, no? Okay, so I would like to ask from either Ivan or Cindy from Ecuador to share their experience.
Well, on the Ecuadorian coast, specifically in Manta, a couple of years ago, we experienced a high magnitude earthquake. It was terrible because all the buildings collapsed. The hotels, the beach piled up with material, people without their homes, and many business lost. And in the tourism aspect, it represents high loss because even if 2 years problem.
Okay, so
2 years after, community doesn't recuperate. I don't know, just goes in 35%, and after that, we have to front to the pandemic, and it is a process, a big process, and I think that this community need to have to develop and recuperate the tourism.
So, Cindy, as Leslie said, can you write the name of the of your region? Can you type the name of your region?
Excuse me?
Can you write the name of your region in Ecuador?
Okay, I'm going to.
And we go to Ivan, who is also from Mexico. You can share with us from where exactly in Mexico you are, and did you have faced similar experiences?
Well, I'm Ivan, and I'm from Mexico City. I don't have many experience with natural disasters because here in Mexico City, we only have like the earthquake. It's the only disaster that we can have. There haven't been like in 2 or 3 years a big earthquake, so I was thinking about other case that I realized in my last vacations, because I went to the south part of the country. I getting involved with some kind of ghost city. It was named Puerto Chelem in Yucatan. I think I remember this too well because I went to Chelem and there was no one in the houses. It was abandoned. The place they abandoned the place because of hurricane. I think the hurricanes here in Mexico are the most destructive things in terms of tourists, because they affect like the beaches and they attract a lot of tourists. So if we don't have like any infrastructure because of the hurricane, the tourism seems like very highly affected. And yeah, that's the thing that I remember, because when we have like earthquakes here in Mexico City, they affect a lot, but the tourism is not too big here in the city. So yeah, there are like many cases. I actually are informed, or I heard about the other case of the other girl of Veracruz. It was terrible, actually. I think it's more recent even. So
okay, Van, I'll ask you if you can add in group 3 one of the things that you said in group 3 where it says Alex. And then now we have like 1 minute and 20 minutes, and we have to and 20 seconds, sorry, and we have to choose which of the communities you would like us to work. So if you can quickly tell your opinion, we want we have all the natural disasters. We have the typhoon in Bohol, which is very touristic place. We have in Veracruz hurricanes, I think. We have fires in Greece. So what would you like to choose?
I think maybe if we choose a place where someone of our team has lived that moment, you know, because I think it's easier to develop a project or an idea if we live that disaster. So maybe that is a like tip from myself.
Maybe Bohol?
I think that everyone else will decide that because it's the most recent one.
Guys, you agree or you have another opinion? Don't leave, we have 1 minute.
I agree.
Okay. Leslie, ¿estás lista?
Okay, so it will be the tip one? Or which one?
We can say about Bohol, but before that, we can present all the things that we discussed, just like titles.
Okay. Just okay.
Okay, so guys, see you in the big room. Thanks a lot, and it was very nice to meet you for the first time, some of you.
Yes. So.
Okay, guys, welcome back. I hope that it was a very good moment and stimulating work. So I think we can start with the 4 groups, and I ask to Jesus and Elena to explain the work made in the group 1. I share my screen.
Okay, thank you. We're the group 1. We discussed with 4 destinations, but finally we decided to choose Oaxaca, Mexico. This is a community affected by the earthquake in 2017. So we decided to select this because we think we can do a lot of things to restore the tourism activity based on the different assets like culture, gastronomy, like history, um, and we know that we could find new activities to promote the community tourism with the population, with the local people.
Elena.
So in this case, talking about Oaxaca, Oaxaca is a state in Mexico that it's very known for all the culture and the traditions that it has. So we know and we consider that this destination, in the case of being affected by a natural disaster, has a lot of potential due to they have a lot of communities, like indigenous communities in all the state. So for us, we consider that if the community improve like a model of community-based tourism, it will be very possible that they can live and they can improve their lives just with this model in their own communities.
Okay, thank you. The other communities discussed was Irpinia, Avellino in the Campania region in Italy, and Bohol in the Philippines, but we decided to not analyze Bohol, which will be the main community of the third transnational meeting, and also Mexico City. Okay, thank you so much, Ele. And we move to group 2. Facilitator Lorena.
Yes, we analyze also the earthquake in Mexico, in Italy, and different events on Greece, but we choose Bohol because it's the most important event in the last time. So I asked to Jennifer if she can to explain about Bohol, and after to Maria explain the why we choose Bohol. So Jennifer.
Hello. Basically, Bohol has been placed under a state of calamity due to the extent damage caused by the typhoon, which has really recently happened last December 18, and it was also damaged this January, together with the other community like Cebu. Then at this moment, there are a lot of damages happened in that community, and aside from that, there are severely damaged, like damaged homes, buildings, establishment, and other government facilities, and even other infrastructures. Aside from that, also the communication facilities and others. So as of this moment, the local government units are trying to do some plan to rehabilitate the place or the community.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
And Maria?
And now we move to group.
No. I move to Maria.
Lorena, I think everything was explained why we chose, because of the magnitude of the disaster and because it's so recent, and also because of the so many problems caused by the typhoon and the earthquake and everything. The community can work together and try to find the different models of tourism. Also, they can reach to a government organization and international organization to help them rehabilitate. So, for all the above reasons, this is why we chose Bohol.
Okay, that's great. Thank you, Maria. And we can move to the group 3. Okay, so Alex.
Okay, so Lorena, we are jealous of your choice and we have made the same choice. And I will ask to Leslie to explain the process of how we worked in group 3.
Yes, okay. So first of all, we, as Alessandro said, we choose Bohol also, but we was talking about fires in Antique, Greece that happened last year. Also, the hurricane in Veracruz. Sofia, one of the partners of our team, lives there, so I forget the word. She lived that situation, the hurricane in Veracruz. Also, Cindy, the one that lives in Ecuador, told us about the earthquake in Manta. And Ivan from Mexico City, he lives in that city and he had the earthquake situation and also the Shalem, the hurricane that happened in that city. For us, it was also very important to talk about the typhoon in Bohol because it's the one that we are more, I don't know how to say it. We are more connected to it because it happened like 1 month ago. So we decided to talk about that and to develop a new idea so we can help that place. I don't know if anyone has something to add.
Okay. Yes, I think it's everything clear. So we can move to group 4, facilitator Michalis. And Michalis.
Hello. So in our group, we made the difference. So we did not manage to choose a community because we found all of them important. But I think we will manage to do this in the next webinar, I think. So we discussed many things. The fires and the floods in northern Evia, which were devastating for the local population because they happened quick one after the other. First you have fires and then because there are no forests, everything floods. So yeah. Then of course we discussed the earthquakes in Oaxaca as did the group 1. So I think this is a very important place and a very important disaster. Then we talked about the fires in the metropolitan area of Mexico City, and we also discussed the earthquake which affected the Aquila and Umbria in general, which destroyed a lot of cultural heritage and many important parts of the area. And we discussed in general that in situations like that, in areas which have been affected and that also destroy both the environment and the cultural heritage, it is quite difficult to attract people as tourists, especially, for example, in Evia, which is an island, and people go there for the natural environment. So we thought in our group that in these cases it is good to have touristic events. So for example, in Italy, you can have food festivals or culture festivals so that you can attract the tourists. So we thought that depending on the disaster, you can choose an appropriate strategy in order to come up with some touristic ideas.
Thank you, Michalis. Excellent work. And okay, I think that I can stop sharing. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. I think it was very good job made in the 4 groups, and we have now we have a conflict between group 2 and group 3 about the location, but yes, we will find a solution. And so no, thank you so much. This is just a first step, no? The first moment we are selecting the community, but in general, I think that just discussing, you can see the element of a community and understand that a community needs something different to solve a problem and to move in another way to other scenarios to create something new, different than the past. And I think that this is just the first step. Next week we will discuss, we will study together the contents of the project. So we will focus on community-based tourism and the natural disaster. So we analyze deeply these two issues. But for the moment, I think it's enough. I thank you a lot for your work. Thank you a lot for attending this first webinar. And I hope that you enjoy this meeting and that the next webinar.
Just one picture?
Yes, of course. So just one thing, I ask to make a picture for the newspapers. So at my tree, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, and so you will receive my email with for the next webinar. At any time you can access the platform, so you can have the presentation of today, and you can start to watch the contents of the module number 2. Just for our friends from Philippines, you are going to receive from the staff of BTG the credentials for your account, so you can all access to the platform. So thank you so much. See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. See
Thank
you.
you.
Have a nice
Everyone, see you
day,
next week.
everyone.
Guys.
Thank you.
See you guys.